Hello, coming to you from our RV bathroom. I'm Charlotte and I'm an RV tech. Today we're going to be talking about the poop pyramid and what we can do to prevent it.
Alright.
You do not want a poop pyramid.
No.
What is a poop pyramid?
Well, I've learned, not from my own
Sure.
I hope not.
doings, but if you leave the black something open, the black water back, whatever, it's like when you clean out the waste thing, and if you leave it open, then it will just drain out all the water or number ones that you do in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because there's a big
Tank.
kind of a Tupperware.
Yeah. Okay.
Picture the $1.5 billion Paris reservoir, but it's like now shrunk down,
Okay.
and it cost $30. And if it's always draining the liquid out, then only the solids will go. So the solid goes there, and then another one on top, and then eventually it's
You
a
have
pyramid,
yeah.
of
Poo.
How did you get your name, Coach Joe? Well, I was a poo, and then I just became a pyramid. Anyway, I'm Dan McDowell,
I'm Jay Kemp.
I'm Blake Jones.
and we are broadcasting live to tape from Oxnard, California. We are at Cowboys training camp. We made it.
Win.
Look at it.
That's a big deal.
We made it to Cowboys camp. We haven't been to our Airbnb yet.
Straight here. Straight here, straight to the media tent, straight to the field.
We apologize for our lateness.
Oh, we'll hear about it.
Yeah, no, we had a lot of time, so I've, because I do everything Dan does, taken to reading the comments. And I love that people are like, oh, you're just going to do this on Cali time, huh? It's like, we were driving here. What are we supposed to do?
And if we had a generator, we would have released it on time.
And if you listen to...
You know what?
No.
We're not caring about comments anymore.
Okay, no, I just
Okay.
want to say, though, if you listen to yesterday's program, you realize that we had a little difficulty in the...
We have to be stationary.
Our point was, our goal, our original thought was we could broadcast while moving, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
And it was great until it wasn't, until it
Yeah.
stopped working.
Sure.
So then we just parked for like an
so
hour
we
and
had
40
to park,
minutes.
and then that made us a little late to get to the hotel.
And then today we had to get here by a certain time so
get our
that we could get
credentials.
credentials and players. But we did leave it. We were on time this morning.
Did you see that Soroy worked at that restaurant
Yeah,
that we stopped at?
the sandwich shop.
No way.
Yeah.
Now, when
FSAF?
someone pointed that out, I do remember him mentioning that place.
Okay, I guess I'm not reading the comments.
Yeah. No, that was just a tweet that Soroy sent us.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Small world.
In fact, well, Matt Grimm, the great Matt Grimm,
Yeah.
and I want to really talk a lot about how great he is, but then he's not here, so then it won't really count. It's like giving charity, but nobody knows, right?
Who would do that? Losers.
Me, this morning, I'm at the gas station getting my coffee before I spilled it on myself.
I wasn't going to mention
Yeah,
it.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
The hell you guys weren't going to bring it up.
I wasn't
I
going to
wa-
say
I
anything
was
you
about
have
it.
going
diarrhea,
to.
bro?
That's
Hey,
him.
Dick.
That's him.
You're in that bathroom a long time.
We saw Sod
think
today, and it's the first thing he said to him.
Yeah, Sod's like, hey, heard you had diarrhea.
How's your belly?
The first thing he said to me is like, why do you hate your show? Why do you get to fly and not drive?
And
Yeah.
first thing he said to me was, "Hey, how are you doing?"
Yeah.
I'd like
What's
to
up?
trade, though, the people making fun of you for something. I'd rather be made
That's because
fun of.
you don't care what we think about you. I care what you guys think about me. I care. That's one of my biggest weaknesses.
Yep.
Is you care
care.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, when I went in, so the 2 coffees and 2 yogurts that I bought, reasonably priced at like $7.24.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, 2 coffees and 2 yogurts. This is great. And she goes, would you like to round that up to, save children, help children's diabetes or something? And I was like,
No.
yes.
I said
Oh.
I said no.
You did? Because I felt she was the nicest lady.
She was very nice.
Was it the black lady? Did you have the black lady?
No.
Okay, the black lady was the sweetest. She like walked around the counter to show me where something was. Oh, because I like my coffee a little weaker, so I get the hot water in there. I throw a little hot water, a third hot water with my coffee. Anyway, the point is, I felt guilty, and then I said yes, and then she said, "Oh, well, thank you." And
Yeah.
she goes, "That ape that just dragged his knuckles out of here said no."
The guy who was buying nicotine.
So I didn't ask you. How was your McGriddle?
So I never had, I prepare my breakfast every day, so I have the same thing. It's like some, oatmeal and
apple.
You know the whole thing. And so now we're on the road, and he's ordering at McDonald's. First of all, you don't go up to the counter at this McDonald's. You now go to a big screen.
Yeah.
Where you just touch it, and you get to.
To be clear, this is a McDonald's at a gas station. This is not a standalone job.
But the kiosk is at most McDonald's now.
I never go in, so I don't know.
Okay. So I'd tell you the last time I was inside a McDonald's.
I just do that.
Either.
I just would rather not talk to the human. I can see what I want. I want this, and I do it, and we had to make an alteration to yours, so I just wanted that. I wanted them to see it.
Yeah, so I said, do they have any kind of egg burrito or something, And, so he's like, try the McRiddle.
Yeah.
McGriddle. Not the McRiddle. Like it's
I wouldn't get to call you
some
on
kind
that,
of a weird.
Yeah.
And so what this is, and once you take the sausage off of mine, it's egg, cheese, usually sausage, but instead of the biscuit or bread around it, it is two little mini pancakes.
90% of the people listening know what a McGriddle is.
That already have
delicious.
It already has like the syrup.
Yeah, baked in.
Isn't that wonderful?
Inside it.
What an invention!
It did not taste like the healthiest thing I've eaten in a while.
However,
it was delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's absolutely.
I can't stand them.
If you hand me another one right now,
I did not order one, but that's what I got.
Today?
That's what they gave me.
I remember when they first came out and where I was.
So I wonder if that's the difference between going up to the counter and ordering.
I don't know. I mean, he got it right.
Yeah.
The receipt said bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, and I got a McGriddle, and I was starving, so I ate it. But
and you didn't like it.
Oh God, I just don't like sweet stuff. At all.
Yeah.
So it just kind of ruined it. But you're not just gonna eat. You don't even want to look at the McDonald's egg, much less eat it like raw dogged.
No.
You gotta bag that thing up. So today we came straight here. What time did we leave?
Everything is running
6?
together. I have no idea.
We left straight up 6 Pacific time.
I don't change my watch, and I haven't yet, so I left at 8. And I feel like that's a mental thing. Like I can't leave at 6.
It doesn't bother me at all.
But I went to bed at my usual 11:15, 11:30. I woke up, and I actually rolled out of bed at 7-ish. Got ready.
Then you missed it. I know Rob did this, and I think Matt might have too. I did not have an opportunity to deep throat Blake's toothbrush today because we got our own rooms at the River Resort and Casino.
Don Laughlin's Hotel and Casino.
I thought about that the entire time I brushed my teeth.
In Laughlin, Nevada.
Yeah, so it was super cheap, and it's super beaten down.
Dude.
I mean, it is like, like the shitty parts of Vegas, keep going.
Right.
Like it's as bad of a hotel casino situation. It was like $40 a night.
It was so sad.
Yeah, so speaking of sad.
I totally regretted.
No, it was fine, dude. The room was actually nice.
As I walked to the room, I regretted it right then.
The room, though?
The room was
fine. But it was a mile away.
What?
You had to walk through casino to get there.
I enjoyed.
Were you in the tower we were in?
Well, whatever I was as far as you can get from the elevator.
Oh.
Like, it was the longest walk down that hall.
We were right off the elevator.
Yeah, pretty close.
But
yeah, so we're walking up. I said to Dan.
So once I got there, I vowed, I'm leaving once. When I leave in the morning, like I'm not going to dinner, I'm not going to breakfast and coming back.
I know. I thought I could lure you with a acai bowl.
I'm just leaving. Whenever I leave, when I have to walk down to that godforsaken beaten casino with. I was saying this to Jake earlier. You know how you'll see someone in porn or maybe a stripper or something, and people will say, hey, that's someone's daughter.
Yeah.
So I'm walking through the casino like really sad, like, oh, that's someone's grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's someone's grandpa just sitting there
Yeah.
at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, well,
I couldn't stop thinking about
so
that.
my normal staying on schedule is I got up at 3:30 Pacific time. And curiously, at this place, and by the way, we stayed at a casino because that's almost all there is at the area we were. There was a Holiday Inn, I believe, but outside of that,
The Holiday Inn Express was like 4 times as much as the casino.
yeah, everything else.
So we were like, oh, gosh, we can get 5 rooms.
yeah,
for-
I went down there at 4:00 in the morning and just walked the whole thing like 4 times.
I'm going to tell you what they do to that room, though. It's a nice looking room and all that. Feels fine. The shittiest internet you'll ever have.
I use my phone.
Oh, dude.
It's like got one bar because
Yeah.
they don't want you to stay in that room.
That's a very good point. I hotspotted and was cooking.
It took me 2.5 hours to upload yesterday's video. And I had to do it on my phone, and I put my phone on the balcony. Because in the
The
room,
worst internet.
no service.
Yeah,
Right.
you're
Yeah, it was
you're right.
horrible.
That's absolutely intentional. But I mean, I was down there at like 10 till 4 o'clock, and just started walking. Because it's not that smoky at that time. You can still smell cigarette smoke, but what there is it ain't full, but there's a lot of people down there. The bar was 10 guys at the bar. There's old ladies.
At 3:30.
And I told Dan.
Well, they're still there then. Yeah.
Yeah, well, also.
Well, I guess 5:30 you might still be there, too.
Really sad look is employees at the slot machine. Like because I imagine they can't game while they're on the clock, but like they're just getting off or about to start their shift, where they probably make nothing and are underpaid or they're beaten, and they're just like, there's just a lady with a walkie-talkie, and I made a loop, which probably took me about 5 minutes, and she was there both times, just sitting there, going for it, I guess.
Trying to double her salary.
As Matt said, the machine is due.
One more bad thing about my room, the toilet paper was hung the wrong way.
Oh, my God.
And
Cats.
one more complaint about Jake. So this morning, yes, I go buy that coffee. I gave the whole 76 cents to Children's Charity. So
You
you're
probably
welcome.
cured one of them.
Yeah, whenever you hear that childhood cancer is cured, remember this day when you heard that I did it. So I'm walking up, and yes, one of the coffee, the carrying thing they sent, I don't know, it was loose. Anyway, the coffee spilled on me. Not the one that I took into the McDonald's to throw ice in so it'll cool off so I could drink it right away. The really hot one spilled right on me. And so now as that happens, it's all over the RV floor. Blake springs into action. He goes and gets the paper towels. And then he's giving them to me, and he's wiping it up himself. He's on his knees. Rob springs into action. He gets a bottle of water, and he starts pouring water
Yeah,
on it to
that was
dissipate
smart.
it
Yep.
so it won't be so sticky.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at all these guys helping it, and I look to my left then, and here's the biggest S-eaten grin. He is smiling, he's laughing, and he's videoing me.
You were?
Jake,
Yeah,
I need that.
yeah. you'll get it.
he's videoing, like, all these other people are really concerned about me and the RV and the whole setup, and Jake just can't wait to catch my demise and publicize
And
it.
you will see in the video, once Dan looks up and realizes, I go, not really in the mood, huh? Oh, man, yeah. I mean, none of this would have happened if you had not mentioned just now that you spilled the coffee. Blake and I weren't going to mention it.
Okay, good. Whatever.
What else? Yeah,
Wild story. Do we have wild stories from Jake's birthday night?
No.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Get a hooker in Nevada?
No, Rob.
Oh, I forgot that was an option.
It's only at the place. It's not. I don't know why
Oh,
people
really?
think that. It's not a Nevada rule. It's not
Oh,
even,
I thought you could go to the vending machine.
not even in Vegas.
Oh,
I mean, you
man.
can do it, I'm sure, but it's just in that one county.
That's too bad.
Rob, Matt, myself went to the on-site New Mex restaurant, and it was fine. It was good. Wasn't anything to write home about, but it was nice. Had a little like New Mexico enchiladas with a little fried egg on top.
Okay.
Matt threw down. I don't know if
You know,
Rob
I
was
did want to. So
tracking that, but
Matt actually used to live in Flagstaff.
yes.
He might have told you guys that last night, but
Yeah.
he told me yesterday because I'm a little better friends with him.
Well, I think it was mostly just the two guys who went to dinner with him, and when he showed up, he was like, where are the guys? And I was like, dude, they just don't care.
Well, he'll get used to that. Ask him where I am. But I'm just saying he's an animal.
Yeah.
He has piloted every minute of this journey with expert precision. He picked the best food stops. I wanted Subway, and he
I still
found
haven't
like
gotten over that.
Yeah.
he found the greatest sandwich I've ever eaten. So much so that I want to stop there on the way back. I don't know what our plans are, but let's
Okay.
make it happen. It
Sure.
just seems great. He finds the clean bathrooms,
Yeah.
or at least parks next door to the one with the clean bathroom.
Yeah.
Remember, he'll you know. I would say thus far, if we're gonna just stick with our theme right now, Matt Grimm is the DZ RV MVP.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough to top. He kept
Yeah.
us alive.
It's a long week, so we'll see
Yeah.
if he can maintain the. You know, a lot of guys.
Peak early.
You've seen Russell Wilson might have had a great
Mark Mulder.
October.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Mark Mulder. Yeah, he might end up being the Mark Mulder of the trip.
Yeah, it was a decent. And then I just went right back to the room, and I was asleep literally in probably 30 minutes. And
It
the
took me a
question
long time
was
to get to
over
sleep.
dinner, and actually it was before we went to dinner because the four of us were talking without you, Dan, and I'm like, yo, what time can we leave? Let's get going.
I told you just text me and I'll be there.
I know, and the consensus was
And I
just how early can we get Dan?
I was there
to-
before you.
You were?
Yeah.
Yeah, Blake and I rolled up, and there's Dan.
That's right. At 8 a.m.
Yeah.
See,
Sure.
to me, it was
And
all
it's-
you have to tell me.
We probably could have left earlier, but
No, everything turned out well.
We made it here on time, and now we can record here in the parking lot.
But we did start our recording at 4:07.
Yeah.
Dallas time,
I believe
so-
tomorrow's going to be normal.
We're going to try and make things as normal as we can.
Actually, no. It's going to be kind of normal because they have a mock game, and then we got to do players. But
It's 'cause you
get
mocked
off our ass.
Yeah.
You
We'll
mocked
figure
the
it
game.
out.
Why
I did
do you
read.
mock that game?
I did read a little bit about Don Laughlin
From Don Laughlin's Hotel and Casino?
in Laughlin, Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, did he found Laughlin, Arizona?
Yeah, there's another guy.
Okay. It was him.
It was him.
Okay, no, I don't know.
It's like a tiny town. Do you think there's a coincidence that?
I don't know. I'm not. I was just regretting picking that because we had like the Golden Nugget or Harrah's to choose from. We pick off-brand.
No,
went-
they're all the same, man.
Yeah, okay.
I'm telling you, the smell of desperation at Golden Nugget would have been exactly the same.
Okay.
I thought it was weird that but you made the right call. You saved us a lot of money. But as I said to you, we were walking up, and I was like, I kind of can't believe you picked this place.
Right. No. And once I was there, I'm like, okay, I could see why you
Yeah.
said that because this sucks.
It's beaten. It's
Yeah.
super, super beaten.
Unless they want to advertise.
Don Laughlin, a native of Minnesota, worked in fur trapping as a youth. Took the profits from that, bought some slot machines, and put them in hunting lodges while he was in high school. And he was making $500 a week back then. We're talking like, I don't
What
know,
year?
the 50s.
Okay.
Principal gave him an ultimatum: either get out of school or get rid of the slot machines. And he chose the slot machines. So he was flying his plane near the Colorado River, which is where that strip of casinos are. And he noticed that there's growth around that area and growth around Route 66 right there. And that was because I think they had put a dam up or something that allowed people to move there. And he bought a motel.
The Hoover Dam?
Was it that one?
Which
No, I
is-
don't think so.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it was one I'd never heard of before.
Okay, all right.
Bought
God-
an
is it the goddamn?
Look, I liked it. It's the Davis Dam, which
Okay.
was completed in 1951.
Dental Dam.
Okay. Yep. You know, sidebar, I don't even really know what that is. I've seen it in a movie. I can't remember which movie it is. It's two guys trying to hook up with two girls, and
The dental dam is supposedly something you can use to pleasure the girl. It's like a condom for a girl.
like for when you're going down on her,
Yeah, like you like lay a
like a
Rectangular-
saran wrap almost, right?
yeah, and then you can.
But what happened to it? Was it ever a thing? Like, have you ever used one?
No, but I once had somebody in studio presenting us with sex toys or something, and the dental dam was one of the things. Like, this can help you not get AIDS.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably
Like,
pretty hard.
Hey, you got AIDS? Don't worry about it. I got this
running through the
saran wrap
Oakland
to lay
badge.
on it, and I'm really into it.
Yeah, I mean, condoms are still, like, again, ubiquitous, right? Everybody knows whether you use them or not. But Dental Dam just kind of either never really popped, as it were, or just went away.
Maybe it just didn't. It's hard enough for us down there.
I was going to say.
Without putting another barrier.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's, yeah.
Well, yeah, but what if it had like scents? Like, would it make it better? Like, here's the Meadow Dental Dam.
Why'd you choose Meadow when you could choose, like, Big Mac?
Oh, you'd go savory?
A scent?
I just think of what's a nice smell.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one who's putting your mouth on it.
McGriddle?
Hey, get a calzone or something.
Yeah, he wouldn't go McGriddle.
No.
But I would, yeah.
I might, yeah.
Yeah.
McGriddle.
Yeah, if they want to get us down there more,
Yeah, a little chicken
Yeah.
chicken piccata or something.
lay a McGriddle Dental Dam if she's worried that Blake isn't going down there enough.
Order up.
I was
okay.
thinking you'd want a salmon one, but it's kind of redundant.
No,
isn't it?
no. No, you want a break.
Would you like a microwave salmon smell?
No, you want a break, man. So Don Laughlin buys a motel. There were 8 rooms there. He took 4 of them and flipped them into tables and slot machine rooms, and his family lived in the other 4. 2 years later, he had 12 machines, 4 more rooms, and the town of Laughlin received its name when a U.S. Postal Service employee, an inspector, asked him to give a name to the area so that the post office could get his mail, because his business was starting to grow and there's no city there.
Mm-hmm.
And he suggested the name Riverside and Casino. But the guy, the inspector, was Irish, as you well know, is do people still say the M word? Is that a bad word?
The what?
The M word for Irish
Yeah.
people?
Mick?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can say it.
I was gonna say that's why I asked you.
Yeah, I can say it.
Boy, and you did say it.
Yeah. You dirty Mick. I am a dirty Mick, so you're allowed to.
Yeah.
But that one's interesting because there's not really like a word. It's not like the end of the other N word where there's like a hard and a not. You can't
Right.
really.
Right, you can't do the AH on the Mick.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Mitch.
glad.
Yeah.
So that guy was Irish, and he's like, "Oh, you're Irish too. Why don't we keep it Laughlin?" So they
Okay.
named it Laughlin, and now there's like,
See, that's his humble story on. I didn't
Yeah,
name after
that's
myself,
probably what
but
happened, yeah.
This other Mick did.
and he died in Laughlin in October of 2023 at 92.
Oh, wow. We just missed him.
For now, because his body was cryopreserved by Alcor Life Extension Foundation,
Nice.
which has the head of Ted Williams.
Okay. I'm into that. You know I am.
Did a lot of Alcor reading this morning.
I do not want to be cremated. A lot of people are like, cremate me because it would be better for... No. I want to be cryo. I want to be saved.
Did you ever watch that
I want to be regenerated in 100 years.
How To with John Wilson on that? Like the conference?
Oh, yeah.
Very creepy.
Yeah.
And they've been under, it's very
It
shoddy
didn't help me.
technology.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I read a couple fiction book about it, and it sounded really great. And I watched that, and I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, Alcor Life Extension Foundation is the Don Laughlin Casino and Resort of cryopreservation.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like, I don't know, man. It
Is
seems
there
like,
better?
There has to be
yeah.
better. Yeah, because it's like they've been under a lot of scrutiny and trouble. But hey, you know what? We got the job done. We had a nice meal, slept. For some reason, the gym doesn't open until 10, which is insane. I did the really jerk move of doing jumping jacks in a hotel room. I'm leaving. I don't care. What are you going to do? Go complain?
You're really trying hard to keep your gym stuff up, and I thought I would.
Dude, it's like I'm doing like 25 minutes a day right now. It's nothing.
Okay, well, it's 25 minutes more than I am. I'm walking in the parking lot.
And it's mainly because we're in the RV, and I get like really, I gotta move.
I walked across from the Roadkill Cafe, which we saw in whatever town that was.
Oh, yeah, the fake Radiator Springs.
Yeah, where my dad once had a poster that he thought was hilarious because they had funny names for roadkill dishes. Let's see if I can find one. But that's all I had on Don Laughlin.
All right, well, that's good information.
Hey, thanks, man.
So we are at Cowboys camp. We actually already went out there.
Mm-hmm.
We talked to a few players.
Everything went a lot smoother than I thought it would.
We've talked to a few media guys as well. Got a few guests lined up for later in the week. I think it's going to be difficult to get players out here.
Yeah.
I think even like our good friend Brandon Aubrey, he's like, "Oh, you're out there," and then it's kind of like, we didn't have the heart to even ask him.
No, not
Like,
at that point either.
I don't think we need to do that. But media guys, or even girls can be media guys.
Yeah, it was nice to just get back in that driver's seat and feel the, hey guys, wrap it up. One more question. I'm like, all right, dude, how about 3 more? I work with Dan now. It's been 2 years of working with this guy. You don't scare me anymore.
What if we tease ahead? Did Micah recognize Jake?
It's a good tease.
Oh, Rob doesn't even know yet. That's right. We know. We're not going to tell you. Are we playing that today?
I have it whenever you want it.
You could tease it for like 10 seconds from now if you want. I don't care.
5.
But yeah.
So did Micah? Yeah, no, I was gonna. Yeah,
Okay,
I was
cool.
counting down in my head. Yeah. Let's. You want to do it? Well, so yeah, we were out on the practice field. So, and we would like to do some video stuff later in the week as well. Like just to, we always describe what this whole scene is like, but we'd like to video the whole scene.
Yeah, people
Like
need to see it.
The tennis courts where we always will broadcast from, but even the walk up.
The midway.
Because, yes, Rob, in fact, was pretty surprised. He hasn't been here for quite a few years, and it's quite different, isn't it? Yes, there's now a midway. Mm-hmm. You're literally walking through. It's a carnival.
Yeah, concession stands, Kona ice, like places to stop and take selfies in front of Cowboy stuff.
Did you see the stuff on the right where you can, like, throw the football through the hole and win a little prize?
Yeah, obviously gear. For days.
Oh, my gosh.
If you want a hot dog, you've come to the right place.
Yep. And you know what? I'm going to get one.
Yeah, then you walk, you can get to the stands where you can watch practice or the mock game, which I have understood. I was excited about the mock game tomorrow.
Yeah,
somebody urinated on it for me and said it's just a walkthrough.
Yeah,
it's not really anything. It's the walkthrough that they usually do like on a Saturday.
Yeah, and it's because they have the Rams thing the next day.
Yeah, so they're just walking through.
We don't even have to go to that. We'll just be there for players, so we might be regular time tomorrow.
The mock game.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and then the Rams mini little practice, joint practice, or is that actually going to be like a scrimmage?
It's both.
Okay,
you know,
but
that's where you get the potential for fights.
There will be fights.
I was going to say, there's probably going to be a fight, man.
And that's Thursday, and I think we'll be out pretty early that day because we want to record before the whole thing.
Yeah, that Giants-Lions fight, they've had 2 of them.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors tried to take on the entire Lions secondary.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, and then
Amon-Ra St. Brown the day before
got attacked, and really no one.
Is that on Hard Knocks? Or wait,
well, it starts tonight, but so it won't be on there, and that's the Bears. This is just stuff that was coming out on Twitter.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if it was from the mid-season. Okay, we did the off-season.
Yeah, but they've been fighting each other, and there'll be a little scuffle. Maybe
that makes sense, right? Dan Campbell.
Yeah,
like he wants his players to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like that's the Parcells tree.
Yeah.
I think Parcells would actually tell certain guys in practice, "I want you to go, do something."
Pick a fight with this guy.
Yeah, like on the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So tomorrow, mock game. The next day, we'll be here for the Rams. But today, we just kind of walked out there, and yeah, it's even different from a couple years ago when I was here. They have way more VIP and sponsor stuff.
Yeah.
Which obviously they probably prefer because there's an economic incentive to it, whether it's paid or it's greasing the skids. And it's a good thing they have it because if that entire area on the one sideline that's now VIP was open, this would look even more depressing than it already does.
There's a clear difference.
The rumors are true. Zeke was right.
Yeah.
For a full padded practice where they're like live, I mean, we got to watch
10% full, the fans or the stands?
10 to 15, something like that.
I've never seen it before, maybe below 75%.
Dude, the first time I came out here, when they're walking off the field, it is 4 deep on each sideline, and particularly on that sideline where they walk into the locker room.
Yeah.
All the way from like the goal line to the other like 4 deep. I mean, we've heard the audio. We've played on the ticket before. The time that guy in front of Donovan was like calling that area the ghetto because it was like the place where they're harder to get autographs or something. He's like, yeah, no, we just call it that. It's not because you know.
Right,
No, there's
okay, I
none of that
remember
today.
Yeah.
None of it. So we walk up. We see Brandon Aubrey. He's immediately whisked away.
He did recognize us.
Of course he did. That one I was not worried about.
No, it's nice.
No, that guy is such a good dude.
Yeah,
He is.
2
And
seconds of small
so
talk.
he's
and then-
leaving right after the game because his wife is very, very pregnant, and so he's leaving right after the game, and then their plan is that she has that baby, and then he's back here before the next game. He's like, I don't want him to even sign anybody just to kick for a day. I'm like, you're the AP
You're
kicker
all-pro,
of the year.
yeah.
Yeah,
you're like
dude, you know how that can turn quick. And what I said to him, I was like, I bet your wife wants you back out here too. Like,
Oh, to make sure
yeah, you gotta.
we keep that job.
Yeah, so he was whisked away, and then Micah's just standing there, and Blake's like, hey, Micah. And he was talking to somebody that he apparently knew, didn't seem Cowboy affiliated, like a friend, something. They probably talked for 10 minutes, and I'm just kind of lurking. Then he, of course, had to sign a couple footballs, and the PR guy was already kind of in, like, we're done with this mode, and then Dan went in.
Hey, Micah, you remember my buddy Jake?
Is there any chance you remember who I am?
Oh yeah, High Spice.
Oh, man, he remembered.
I also bought you a book of feet pictures.
I forgot that.
How you doing?
Doing well. We drove an RV here from Texas. We literally
Jeez.
just 24 hours. We literally just got in
RV's
here.
not
You
too
take
bad
care of
though.
Yeah, RV is better than a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't too bad.
Tired of this yet?
Huh? I'm always tired. But still young, they say.
I'm not trying to hold you up. You think one day whenever y'all are coming on field, we can get like 3 minutes with you?
Yeah,
Cool.
sure.
I don't want to do it. Do your thing right now. Sure. I'll grab you one of these next few days. Pizza Hut sent me a jacket too. I got it at the Airbnb.
Still got my Pizza Hut.
What do you say there?
I still got my Pizza Hut jacket.
Okay.
Yeah, when I told him I had mine. So, yeah, right away, Dan's like, do you know my friend? He's like, oh, yeah, Hot Spice.
Yeah.
Hey, Micah, you remember my buddy Jake?
Is there any chance you remember who I am?
Oh yeah, High Spice.
Oh yeah, Hot Spice.
So what that is, Rob, is 3 years ago we were at the Super Bowl, 4 years ago, and he was walked around, at the Super Bowl media row. They will walk people around and say, hey, we're here for this product, and it was Pizza Hut, and that's so you can have Micah, but you have to pimp Pizza Hut's new thing.
I'm like, I'll do it without Micah.
So it was the hot, like the flakes or something, right?
Yeah, well, it was a spicier sauce.
Spicy marinara.
It was a spicier marinara.
So the pizza itself was already hot.
Yeah, and the
Toppings.
toppings were a little bit spicier.
Spicy
like it was a
pepperoni.
spicier pepperoni, and it was magical.
And then, but then there
They
was
were
also
bringing
like the
around
flakes.
red pepper flakes, yeah.
And so apparently the bit was he has a full pizza, he would offer it to whatever spare radio hosts from whatever city. They would take like a little bite and be like, oh, it's so hot, like that
Yeah,
bit
Rich-
on the internet, the hot ones or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
the
yeah.
one chip.
Or no, like the wing thing.
Yeah,
okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich Eisen spit it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just, and everybody is like, ooh, oh man, that's tough, and oh wow, okay, so you're pimping this thing, that's great. Go to Pizza Hut and get this. Micah, what was the season like
Sure.
and all that? So he hands it to Jake, and Jake takes like a big bite, and he's like, whoa, and then Jake's like, well, give me some of those pepper flakes, and he poured it on like you could not see the pizza under it. It's so thick, and then Jake just continued to like eat it. And this guy's like, whoa, this guy's crazy. This guy's a maniac. And
Then we took the top off.
yeah,
And
then
just dumped it on.
like,
I ate 5, 6 slices of pizza while we were interviewing him. Don't think we ever really talked football.
No, and then, yes, he said, like, he told his Pizza Hut people, mail him a jacket.
He had
And
a
so
Pizza
they-
Hut, like, 80s baseball jacket.
The red,
It's red, sheen.
silky,
Yeah, and
yeah.
it said Micah in cursive.
and
on
he
the-
got one that says Jake, right?
Yeah, I mean, I felt weird doing it, but I DM'd him, like, 2 weeks later. He never replied to it, but I just laid it out. I was like, dude, I want one of those jackets.
Oh, you asked for it, okay.
Well, I was like, I just reminded him, I
Oh,
didn't
he
go to-
said, I'm going to get you a jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yes,
then
okay.
a couple weeks later, I DM'd him, and I'm like, hey, this may be weird, but if you were serious about that, I want that jacket. He never replied. I never talked to anyone from Pizza Hut. I didn't email Pizza Hut. But like a week later, a jacket showed up at my house with my name on it and a card that said something like, like it just this jacket is better than something. I don't remember when they also gave me a gift card. And now I have the jacket. It's at the Airbnb. So I'll wear it out here whatever day we think we could get him. Hot Spice. I'm going to demand that you guys start calling me that.
Hot Spice. And he remembers.
Yeah. It was cool. A little bit concerning that he's like, I'm literally tired all the time.
He did not look happy.
No. That's why I was a little bit worried that he was going to be like, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. But he looked beaten. It's like, the Zimmer guy's up my ass.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. My best buddy is gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's cool, though. Then we did talk to a couple of other Cowboys. We talked to Brandon Aubrey at length. And then we talked to one Luke Schoonmaker.
Yeah.
So we've got those ready for you for tomorrow.
For the future.
Or when we choose.
That's right. Whenever we're able to get our act together. The media party is tonight. And a lot of big talk on the way down.
Oh, this mother...
about going to the media party. I was scouting it out and realizing my weaknesses and realizing it's a 50-50 at best if I'll make it.
It was never 50-50. And you know that.
It was 50-50.
Boy, this guy.
Anyway.
Rewriting. But yeah. We were planning on going and we're not going.
We're not going because we then kind of mapped it out, and it's an hour and 20-minute drive, I believe. And it's not till, I don't even think it starts until, 7 p.m. Eastern? Or, excuse me, Central Time?
It's 6 Pacific.
8 Dallas.
Okay, so 8 Dallas.
But, yeah, so we're trying to stay
even if you got there the second that it opened.
Yeah.
You'd have to stay at least an hour just to kind of, because you're only going to get the
free food,
delicious Nobu.
It's wonderful.
It is wonderful, but then let's say you leave at 9 Dallas
What
time.
they do is at Nobu, they hand you the little piece of rice, and you go walk out into the ocean next to it, and sometimes something will jump out and land right on it.
Yeah,
and then you eat it. That's how fresh it is.
Yep,
it's incredible.
It's quite magical. But yeah, now. We're getting home and staying up late. We're trying to stay on the regular time. We're trying to record at regular times. It's just not worth it.
No, I'll bet if
I did
it was
the math in my
2
head.
days from now, you would go.
I would. Yeah,
we just rolled in on an F&RV, dude.
I was doing the math in my head, and I'm like, is it worth it for me, Blake, and Rob, because that's all it would have been, to not have to pay for dinner? So basically, you're talking about like $50.
Well,
it's Nobu.
You would have eaten
$200.
$300 worth of sushi.
Absolutely.
But my deal was.
But he's saying $50
everywhere
at Spencer
else.
McKenzie's.
Yeah, but I do like playing that game in my head of how much.
Yeah.
How much
you would come out way ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no doubt. But then it's a drive. I don't want to be driving anymore today. I just don't. I want to go to Vaughn's.
I don't want to drive again ever.
Shrimp burrito. Yeah.
If you have to drive across the country, though, this is way, way better than. Certainly if we were in a bus.
Yeah, it depends on the bus.
Not even bus people. But even if it was like a nice bus.
Like a tour bus?
It wouldn't be like this, though. You can lay down in this thing, man. Dude, this is great.
Yeah. I love my little nook up there.
A tour bus has like this times 3.
Okay, well, then I've never been on a tour bus. I've been on like a
Greyhound.
Dallas Stars bus or something.
No, yeah, those are
okay. Those are very nice.
They're very nice, but those are for
those are chartered.
Yeah,
charter bus.
But I was
the only bad thing about this was the generator going out would make it a bit too hot back here.
So the area between or behind my knee. You could honestly, probably climax right now if you started humping it. It's that wet.
Nice.
Like if I just held it out right now.
Hand me the dental dam.
And you went for it. What does that do for anyone?
I don't know, but yeah, laying back there in the bunk, that was nice.
Yeah,
and it's really nice to be able to spread out and lay down, but just too sweaty, man.
Yeah,
it's just too hot.
And
that's where where I'm like, boy, maybe driving would be fun because I'm right there in that air conditioning always works.
Yeah,
but I could not handle this thing.
I wouldn't let you.
We let the men do it.
I would not be in this with you driving.
I wouldn't want you to. I wouldn't want to be in that position. Like, I would let Rob drive.
Yeah.
But
maybe Blake
may have gotten here faster if you drove.
May have gotten here. Although Matt,
He was clocking.
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't look like Matt's shy about that.
No, he gets those RPMs up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys want to do a brief Olympics? How does that sound?
And bounces back. So yeah. All right.
All right. Well, there's your Olympic update for the day. Oh.
Yeah. When's this Olympics over?
I think it's this weekend, right?
Okay.
Or like maybe Friday.
Are we gonna have like a watching party?
Yeah, I'm not planning on it, but unless they get more trans people at that ceremony, and then I'll watch it.
That's right. No, I want them to. I want them to desecrate the Quran during the closing ceremony.
Yeah, want them to do that.
Let's get this thing all even. How about before a break? I'll do today's viewer mail.
Everybody, it's time to answer some of today's viewer mail.
Let's see. You guys got any? I got some.
A couple.
I'll end with birthdays. I'll start with a day one subby debate. Hi, Dan. Asked Blake if day ones could be anyone who signed up within 24 hours of the Patreon launch. This is from DF Jeff, who identifies as a day one subby. So he's upset because apparently we launched at 3 p.m. on a day.
Yeah.
4 p.m.
That's going to get messy.
And then it was like close of business that day gets you a day one. Yet there's many people that did it within 24 hours. This is a big debate in the community.
Yeah, well,
Uh-oh.
no.
The ruling has been laid down.
You got to go with the parts you were born with. That's where you go to the bathroom.
All right. Let's see. Oh, how about this? Ola T.O. Hotmail, enjoying the high-altitude, high-T, low-rent sode from the DZRV. I just saw some very cinematic footage of you carrying an unusual amount of luggage into a casino. And I was curious if anyone has mistaken you for Stephen Paddock.
Whoa.
From Beyond the Beef Curtain, Brandon.
Nice.
And so I went and looked at our social media. I at least looked at Twitter, and I'm like, wait.
Oh, no.
I don't see any video of me. I know I had an awkward carrying of this giant...
I loved it because you were walking through with all your stuff, and there's just slot machines and lights going on, and you're just
I'm so tired.
You're so beaten.
I've been on a RV. We did a program. You know, it was like, I don't know. It felt like it was 2 in the morning. It was like 8 o'clock at night.
He filmed you?
Did you put this out? Like, I didn't see where it was.
It's on our Instagram.
He's grinding.
Damn, Instagram.
Dude, you're not safe. If you thought me with the coffee was bad, you just don't even look at it because he's constantly messing with us on there. It's his little playground.
And I'm always worried about Rob.
Oh, yeah, you should be.
Rob's always got recording going on somehow, somewhere.
Yeah. No,
like, we'll know at the end of the week.
There'll be a hostile takeover at some point. Succession style.
No, do you want to see it?
No. All right.
You're just walking through the casino. Your luggage. That's all.
It was a lot of luggage just for one night.
Just funny. I'm not out to get you.
I bring all my stuff in every time. I just don't. I like to have all my stuff.
And I packed
based on the way I'm packed.
And I packed more than you guys for this trip.
Probably not me.
Just because I brought my own obviously blanket, obviously pillow, which you guys regret not bringing yours.
Yeah, well, I did until I stole one from Don Laughlin's
Did you?
River Resort
Don
and Casino.
Laughlin is short one pillow?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
The epitome of a hotel pillow.
It is a hotel pillow, but you know what?
And I brought my own towel.
Nah, that's
because I don't like to use a hotel towel.
That's weird, but people are funny critters.
I also had
Stephen Paddock reference, by the way. I dig it.
Jeff said, "Hey, could you send me the code for Factor Foods, Factor Meals, right?"
Yeah.
I can't recall or find which show had the spot, and I was just going to ask, like, do you put that in like the show notes?
We can going forward.
Yeah. We need a place for our coupon codes to live.
Well,
you call it coupon or coupon?
The promo code, folks, is dumbzone50. Dumbzone, no space, 50. You'll get 50% off your first box. Plus
I think you got to go to
factormeals.com/dumbzone50. Okay.
and then use DumbZone 50.
Okay, you'll figure it out. How about that? I'm
Well, I
positive
thought
you
that
will.
was helpful, right?
But the answer is
I thought when
DumbZone
I
50.
added to Jake, I think I was just enhancing.
I think you did great.
I was trying to enhance what you said.
Then you'll get 20% off your next month. And dude, they're legit. They really are.
Do you want
I'm
me
gonna be
to
a
finish this out? I
lifetime
had just
subscriber.
birthdays left. Do you have non-birthday stuff?
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
One more thing is
Yeah, because we have the same thing.
the bet payoff thing.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, somebody sent us an idea for a bet payoff for picks, which will be coming around soon. And Charlie found some information on a particular cruise. Of course, we know about like the Kid Rock cruise. There's the Leonard Skinner cruise. There's even the Dude Perfect cruise. And this one is for all the Sterlingites. This is the Lindsey Sterling cruise, which there's a flyer for up there you may see. Embark on a magical voyage at sea with Lindsey Sterling.
This is real?
Yeah. Interactive activities with Lindsey's band and crew. You can do breath work, yoga, meditation. Real
That feels
manly
like-
stuff.
That feels like stuff that Lindsey Sterling fans would do.
Oh, there's an open mic night,
Yeah,
Blake, so
open
you
mic.
can hop up there and show the world what you're made of.
Wow.
The guy who, whenever we were talking about doing a payoff of having to do stand-up, was like, what are we thinking, like 40, 45 minutes?
I wanted it to be a punishment.
I was like, dude, what do you think you're going to get? That's like a Netflix special.
And that's around my birthday. Maybe that'll be my birthday present.
45 minutes. Get a clue. Q&A with Lindsey? Yeah.
Oh, my. I
Ocean
couldn't
deck
even imagine what I'd
performances?
ask
Hey,
her.
what's it like playing the violin?
What's it like being a Sterlingite, buddy?
I don't think I want to go on a cruise with them.
Interactive activities with Lindsey's band and crew.
Yeah.
Not with her.
But you get a Q&A, though.
Hey, what's it like to just be close to her every night?
Yeah.
Is that pretty cool?
Yeah, so, Charlie, the reason, obviously, we can't... the reason we can't make it a bet payoff is because Blake would throw the whole league.
I would tank.
It says open mic night.
That's what I'm saying. You can hop up there and
Did you say that? Okay,
nail a
sorry.
tight five.
That's
That's
right.
it.
Sorry. Damn it.
So yeah, I think it's not necessarily about a bet payoff. Our buddy Akash had some ideas we've been texting about just for growing subs. And since today's episode is free, it would normally be paid. He's like, you guys need to set milestones for things you'll do at, like for example, what's the mushroom one?
10,000.
10,000. What was his 10,000?
He had to drink a yard beer.
Yeah, a yard beer, but things like that.
Seems like I got an easier one.
Like if we get 8,000, then we send Blake on this cruise. Type thing. It still costs money, but at the end of the day, it's content and we're growing, and then the money keeps coming in. We have to have things we're going to do at certain markers. Just an idea. My last viewer mail comes to us from. He used to go by P1N. I'm not really sure what he goes by now. He's a very smart man. He's like a scientist. He knows about numbers, and he knows a lot about the weather and physics. You know N.
Oh, yeah.
And he heard us talking about the heat dome, and he sent a pretty long email. And I thought it was funny because he sent like 4 or 5 sentences that I don't understand at all. And then he's like trying to put it in layman's terms, and he says, to put it in DZ terms. And I think at this point, he thought, now I'm going to say it like a normal person with a normal brain would understand. And he said, when air sinks in the atmosphere under an area of strong high pressure, that air compresses and heats up. The stronger the sinking motion in the upper atmosphere, the more heating takes place as the air sinks toward the surface of the earth. The opposite is true when air rises. That process is called adiabatic cooling. That is the reason. I'm like, dude, I thought you said you were putting it in dumb zone terms.
Yeah, I couldn't make it
Yeah.
through it.
What is this?
Yeah, I didn't make it through the whole email.
Yeah, and then, but at the end, he did something that a lot of people do. Most recently, one of our lawyers, who works in a lot of trademark law, they hear us bumbling around, being the dumb zone. That's why you come here, and they say things like, "Hey, when this stuff comes up, I'll be your expert.
Yeah, call me.
Call me." And then same thing with Nick. He's like, "Yeah, I will offer to be your physics and science expert to the dumb zone if you have any questions." And I'm not trying to be rude. I love both the people that are involved here. I've met P1N many times. Great dude. First of all, you don't want us knowing stuff, because then the whole gig is up, right? And second of all,
Change the name.
how do these people think this is going to work? Because this is not an uncommon thing. You know when I know what stories I'm doing for the news? That day's show in the morning. Am I supposed to be like, I've got to get to the bottom of this heat dome thing? Call Nick. We don't need any advice on anything because we like it this way.
Well, I like the email advice, though. I like learning about it later that night.
Okay, but I didn't learn.
Oh, okay. I like the attempt.
Yeah.
I like the
and he's
the
given
effort.
us a lot of great stuff over the years. I'm mostly kidding. It's just a lot of people are like, let me be your such and such expert. I'm like, how are we going to do that? How? Anyways.
Only 2 birthdays. Dan, I'm a day 2. Chicago DF here. Subscriber number
Mighty
644.
DT.
I'm celebrating my 39th birthday today. Jake, you're welcome for not forcing you to do any sports math. I'm currently flying to Amsterdam to celebrate, so if you have any last-minute hot tips or suggestions from your time here, I'm all ears from Mark.
Yeah, stay home.
What is wrong with you?
Isn't your suggestion don't have a gummy before the bike tour?
Yeah, it wasn't me, but somebody I know very well had a big problem with that because the bikes, we didn't even do a tour. We just rented the bikes. It's basically like getting on 635.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
There's so many bikes.
And they know that you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And generally a pretty
the
pleasant
tour
people.
helps.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yes.
if you're not on a tour.
She told us all the rules and,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, legit, dude. It would be like what we did would seriously be like never having driven a car outside of like a go-kart and flying to America, renting a car with no driver's license, and just hopping on 635. It's that hectic. And then you add on to that somebody in your traveling party is having a panic attack.
Oh, no.
Because of said gummy.
Yeah, my panic attack actually occurred in there's a place that's in, I think it's in Oceans 12. They call them a coffee shop. They do have coffee, but they also have pre-rolls. And
hell yeah, man.
It's called Domkring. I think it's spelled like Damp Kring. It's in the movie. We were like, we want to check this one out. It's famous. And it was a really, really cool spot. There were 2 things that happened that really caused me problems. There was a cat in the window sill that was right by where we were sitting at the bar. And I thought it was fake because for the first hour we were there, it didn't move. And then it got up and walked off. And I'm like, whoa, whoa.
And now after you had...
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, it freaked me out. And then I swear, this is a low point in my life. But about 30 minutes after that, there was a guy in there. And he was kind of loud. At least I thought he was. And I was so paranoid that I leaned over my wife and I was like, I think that guy's going to blow this place up. I was like, I'm kind of catching bits and pieces of what he's saying, and I think we need to go. And we did.
Did he?
Not to my knowledge.
Did he blow the place up? Okay, you would have heard about that.
He might have heard me sniffing out his plan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
thanks.
I think you just... Man, I love that place. Not even for just like the red light district is a novelty or...
Yeah, it was a
just
bit.
the fact that you can the fact that people travel via the canals, like just post up by the canal and enjoy all of it. Smell it all up.
The train to get there was great.
Yes. Beautiful.
Let's do it,
Or
Blake.
you could just stay home.
How many subs for us to go to Amsterdam?
Stay home and recruit a 5-star from
9,000
Georgia.
subs.
Oh, what's his 40 time?
You gonna send the house?
I might.
Hello, Uncle Juice Wallet. Day 1 DF number 61. Please wish happy 85th birthday to my grandmother Betty. I listened to y'all while visiting her in the old folks' home. I think it confuses her. She says more Blake.
Oh, thank you.
She is confused.
Thank you, Betty.
As an aside, don't moose your girlfriend in missionary.
Well, yeah.
It does not go well. Just wanted to pass this PSA along from Nick.
Oh, man. You might be kind of able to get away with it if you're doing like a hand support thing and she can't see it, but then you just kind of like turn your hands out like when you're doing like push-ups out, push-ups in, and you just kind of move them in closer to her ears.
Missionary moosing.
Okay.
Speaking of moosing, too, Jordan, she's a day 11. She apologizes.
Hey.
You can buy your way up, Jordan.
We just want a chance to earn your business.
She has a moose story that she wants you to read because it's kind of erotica. She says it'll be
female
good for
in a
you. So
moose.
I don't think we have time today, but eventually we will. See this? She wrote a really long moose story where she was involved in moosing.
Oh,
how about that?
I'm interested.
A nice lady. Yeah, I'll bet you are.
Damn, I am rock hard.
Yeah. So, Jordan, I just
day
want you
3.
to know it's received, and we're teasing this ahead, though.
Teasing me.
The Dumb Zone. So you could have a free agent rather than have that free agent would cost you as much as 3 other players would cost you. Well, we're going to be all in with the 3 other players.
But is that?
That's all in. That's my point. The definition of all in might be a trade like we didn't make, or we didn't sign a player last year or 2 years ago that we ended up with 3 players for. That's all in. What we're talking about now is what did I mean when we said all in? Okay, your definition of what is all in and mine might not be the same thing, but I'm trying to win the games this year with my decision. So I'm all into this year.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone. 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 The Dumb Zone.
And we're back on the DZRV. I'm Dan McDowell.
We did this.
Oh, we did?
Open.
Business.
No puppet.
Speaking
Ambiguity.
thank you so much to our fine friends at Addison Coffee Roasters. AddisonCoffee.com.
That's right.
Lean into this.
They hooked us up. Yeah, once we get to the Airbnb.
Oh, it smells so good.
Rob said if we
Just
had that
holding it
Addison
smells
coffee, I wouldn't have spilled it.
Yeah, you would have known the value. Hey, I have 2 things. One, Jerry walked past us today when we were not on the field, when we were just getting ready.
That's right.
Blake noticed. For some reason, Blake was surprised that he has an iPhone. I wasn't. I mean, it's, he's not, as I said, he's not Norm.
He's probably got a burner iPhone, too.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. At least one. Now, he almost certainly has 72-point font.
Oh, yeah.
Like whenever I would go cover Mavericks games and I would see the row below me, there's 2 rows of media, and like I could.
The old guys all had
I knew every single thing they were texting their wife or whoever they were texting.
You knew who's cheating on their wife?
Yeah, because it was huge.
That guy wasn't texting his wife.
Yeah. I don't know. But that's.
No case, right?
No case, yeah.
Is that what you were going to bring up?
Yeah. And I learned today that Blake is barebacking his iPhone, which makes me. My brother did that. And you know what? My brother's iPhone was always broken.
Well, I had a case for it forever, but then it got messed up, so I took it out. And then just holding it and playing around with it, I kind of like it.
And he told us that it worries him, but he likes the worry.
The juice.
Yeah,
Do you guys get the insurance?
I think so.
Because I do not.
I don't.
For the juice. That's why I don't.
I mean, I think I justify it, like, if you prorate it, which is how you pay for it usually anyways, it's, like, negligible. Or, is that the word?
I don't know, but I don't do it. It's like an extra, whatever, $100 for the
I know, but if you're paying it for...
I know.
It's like, if it's $5 a month or something, then $6 a month, it seems like...
But I just figure I've had an iPhone forever, and I've never needed it, so I'm playing the odd. Do you do insurance on your flight?
Depends. It depends. If there's a flight that I'm kind of worried something might come up, I will. But I would say 75% of the time, no.
Yeah, I generally don't. But it says, like, we highly recommend that you...
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
How about you just put that in there, then,
Yeah.
if it's so important?
Yeah. Our second update is contradictory to what you heard in the first half of this program. We will be represented at the media party by Mr. Danger himself, our Gen Zer, Blake Jones.
Oh, you just set that up during the break.
Yeah, I just felt like we were coming off as lame, saying, "Oh, we've been in an RV all day. You know, just so tired from sitting in a car."
Yeah, you were literally saying it.
I didn't say a word. But we are here in California, an hour away from Nobu. Free Nobu.
Now, see, the drive is shrinking.
Yeah. It is
an
an
hour
hour
ago
20.
it was an hour 20, and now he's like, oh, I mean, we can be there in 35 if we don't
That's
hit
cool,
traffic.
though.
So
That's what you should do.
No, hold on.
I arranged a ride,
Yes.
and I'm going.
It is cool, but what is not cool is the way that he's already running his own PR campaign, which is in the break he's like, well, I mean, one of us has got to be there, you know? The show has to be
Like I'm doing it for the show.
Like you're
I am doing
freaking
it for the
Jesus.
show.
Like he's a martyr. He's like, look, I will take
this has nothing to do with free.
I'll take the bullet on this one. And you know what's going to happen? And it's going to happen if I say it or not. It's because I know how this works. Now, the comments that you see, if you do happen to read them, comment reader Dan, are going to be like, these guys are lame. You can't, why is the episode not out earlier? And why don't you go out and get home at midnight Pacific time? He's set that up. That's why he's doing it.
No, I just don't. I want to do stuff while we're out here. I don't want to just go back to the
booked the
Airbnb.
ghost
And
tour.
I want you to tell me about doing stuff.
And I will.
Okay.
I tried to get you guys. Oh, you want to do stuff?
I feel like coming out here is doing stuff.
What about whenever I asked you if you wanted to do surf lessons with me?
I said I would do it for the show, but I don't care to do it.
Like being
And
out
that
here
was
to
exactly
me,
what I said. If we were
But
all
why
doing
do you
surf
have to
lessons,
add-
then I'll do it.
Then why do you have to add, but I don't really want to do it?
How
Because
come
I don't.
Both of you guys are like, oh, why do you read the comment? And then both of you guys, though, are now worried about the comments.
Because you rubbed off on us.
Because
I'm not worried about the comments, though. Coming out here is enough.
Not according to them.
What is according to me?
You will?
The Dumb Zone
Now Rob's
presents
going.
All right.
Today in Twitter.
See,
Now-
Rob will do anything.
Yeah. He's
Rob
got a lot
is
of
like-
stamina.
Yeah, he's like, we'll be up at 5. He'll, drive all day, all that. And he'll be like, let's go out and get a beer too.
Yeah, I'm
Like, oh, dude, no,
Yeah.
I cannot do that.
All right, so today
Like, I
on Twitter.
can't do that if I get up at noon and then
Yeah.
do 1 hour of work.
Today's Today in Twitter, a story that we did not cover yesterday because we wanted to be able to play the video. It's really the only thing that was on my feed from the time that it dropped, I want to say Sunday night.
Do you want me to bring you back some sushi?
If you can.
Okay.
Now, you know I support that.
I don't know that you can, though.
You can try.
I'll take a Ziploc in there.
You should. You should.
Duffel bag.
Or just a gallon-sized bag like the Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who was running for president as an independent, he initially tried to challenge for the Democratic nomination. Became very clear that was not going to happen. Now he's in, basically to play spoiler, he is a certified weirdo. And not like in the weird, I mean, he shares some of the, quote, weird that they're calling Republicans and conservatives, but he's just a weird cat. Mm-hmm. Really strange. And the New Yorker...
Married to Cheryl Hines, right?
He is married to Cheryl Hines. And the New Yorker had an article coming out yesterday, a very long piece, which I read, and it's really worth your time. And I believe you can get a couple free articles from the New Yorker before they make you subscribe. His whole life is weird. Obviously, a lot of death. A whole lot of death. Family members, you know.
His dad.
Yeah. But
his uncle.
He goes far beyond that. He dropped acid, I think, when he was 15 for the first time. 16 maybe, around the time that somebody in his family had died. I don't recall which one. But from the time he did that, for about the next 12 years, he was a hardcore drug addict. And I'm talking heroin.
Okay.
And couldn't get clean. Worked in politics while being on heroin. Failed the bar twice, I believe, while he was an assistant attorney general in the state of New York. Passed it on the third time eventually. Went to Harvard and was smacked out of his mind the whole time, but ended up graduating. They said when he started working in politics and they were going town to town, you know, campaigning in, I can't remember what state, but one of the people who worked on it was like, dude, he was living off speedballs and sex. Hardcore sex addict. Like they said, it was a different chick in every town. He got married to a lady and was constantly having affairs, like multiple like long-term affairs, and he kept a book that almost sounds like the Sex for Points game.
To keep track of?
Yes.
Like
and he had a number system indicating like what he did with them.
Huh.
And there were hundreds of them while he was, married. And his wife found the book, or somebody told him to look through his phone, and then the book maybe got entered into evidence for something, like in a court case. And he left her for a woman he was having, one of the women he was having an affair with. Her whole bit was being a Kennedy. Like she went to Harvard too, I'm pretty sure.
His original wife?
Yeah.
Okay, not the person he left for? Right.
No. Cheryl Hines might be like his fifth wife.
Okay.
So he left her, and he was telling her, like, you're crazy, you're having a psychotic breakdown, none of this is true. Of course it was true. And she got really sad, and he completely, like, cut her out of his life and wouldn't even acknowledge her and didn't want her to see the kids. And eventually she hung herself. And he would not, and her family has constantly made public statements about, like, this man ruined her life. He's the reason she killed herself.
Could you hang yourself? It feels like I would mess that up.
Yeah, you get the length would be wrong.
Just, how would you get the thing tied right, and then what would I hang it on? It would break, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not inclined.
There's no chance.
Yeah.
You got to go pills.
Because you get a pill guy.
Euphoria, though. Well, yeah, but you're going to be dead.
Oh, okay.
I'm not asking you to, like, join a softball league. No, I don't really play.
I don't like that.
No.
I don't like what it does to me.
Like, he made sure that she was buried at a Kennedy estate, even though he'd already completely, like, cut her off. Her parents hated that. Just a messy dude. And I'm not going to go through the whole article, but he's always been really stoked on the environment. Like, all of his family members said that he had a bunch of weird pets when he was a kid, and that his dad had, like, a greenhouse built for him on one of their properties in Massachusetts or something, and he had weird animals, and got really into falconry, which is about to become very important, like hunting with a falcon.
Oh, that's what falconry is?
Yeah, like, I think I've told you about that before, that people used to hunt with falcons. They're very popular.
Like instead of a hunting dog?
Well, hunting dogs primarily retrieve your game.
What does a falcon do? Like,
goes and kills it, I would assume.
Oh, okay, so you don't have a gun, but you use a falcon?
Am I wrong about this?
I don't know.
And they kind of scope it out, right? Don't they, like, go up and see
So dogs are post-game, falcons are pre-game?
That's what I understood.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Hey, if there's a falcon expert out there, email us. And
yeah, we'll call you.
So we can call you when we have a question.
Yeah, but, you've seen them, like, the guy has a sleeve and it just returns to him. It's badass.
It feels a real old-timey.
Yeah, but people still do it. And he definitely did it. And
you got too much money if you're into falconry.
In 2020, no. Well, really back then probably too. Like, you were a feudal lord or something.
Yeah.
So he's really into the environment, which, as you may know from some of the storylines in Curb, actual Cheryl Hines is too.
Okay.
So that's kind of part of their bit. Sometime in, like, the mid-2010s, maybe early 2010s, he got really anti-vax. Like, he met a guy who was at the forefront of that movement. And this is
that the Jenny McCarthy era?
Yeah, and Jessica Biel was really into it.
Okay.
That, you're giving your kid autism from vaccines, which obviously, time and time again, has been not only debunked, I'm pretty sure the guy who originally made that claim has since walked it back.
Yeah.
And said, yeah, I was completely wrong about this. So that's his whole bit. And then obviously COVID was a match made in heaven for him. That's how he was able to really gain some national notoriety. So to go back to what we're about to play, the New Yorker has an article that was coming out on Monday morning with some obviously pretty damning stuff about him in it. And he knew that because they did what a journalist does, and they called him to ask for comment. Okay? So he knows what they know. So he thinks he's slick. So he's like, I'm going to get out in front of this. So he's sitting in what looks like his house. It's a nice estate. I'm pretty sure you can see Cheryl Hines in the background, but it might just be house help. But who you can definitely see is who he's talking to, which is the OG of Roseanne's Roseanne, who looks way different now, but is still a Roseanne. And this is about 3 minutes long, so we can start and stop it. Also, you have to know he's got the voice thing, right?
He talks like this.
Yeah, he has a disease.
He does? Okay.
Yeah, he has a disease, and it's kind of hard to listen to, but we're just going to listen to this.
I was taking a group of people falconing up in Goshen, New York, up in the Hudson Valley. And I was supposed to meet them there at like maybe 8 or 9. I was driving up maybe, really early, like 7. And that woman in a van in front of me hit a bear and killed it. A young bear. So
okay, pause. At this point, the camera's on Roseanne, and Roseanne is looking at RFK while he's saying this, and he hasn't even really got to the crazy part yet, like he's crazy. Roseanne's like, what the fuck? Okay, what are you telling me this for? Like, she just has this, okay, why are we talking about this look on her face, and it doesn't get much better?
So your thought is, if you're telling Roseanne a story that she thinks is crazy,
you are off
like,
the
Roseanne
deep end.
Is,
yeah, she's nuts.
Yeah,
she's Roseanne, yeah.
And I picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van.
You did what?
Wait, pause this. So somebody hit a bear in front of him.
Yeah. Out in the middle of nowhere, probably upstate.
So let's just play this out.
Yeah.
Let's just play it out, you and me.
Okay.
I'm driving. I hit a bear. You're driving behind me. What do?
Drive around the bear.
You just keep going, right? Like, oh, man, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But he sees there's a dead bear, and he puts it in his car.
Yeah. Now,
okay. Well, I guess
perhaps there's the situation of
why.
you're like really good animal guy. You're Tony, maybe Tony the engineer, and you stop to see, is it alive?
Yeah.
Is there a way that I
give
could
it a little mouth to mouth?
Yeah. Is there a way that I could save this bear? But once he acknowledges it's dead.
Okay.
And then he's like, I just put it in my car.
All right.
And it was very good condition, and I was going to put the meat in my refrigerator. And you can do that in New York State. You can get a bear tag for a roadkill bear. And so then we went.
Okay, pause it. So yeah, all right, that explains it then.
Yeah, you wanted the meat.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that, but he was going to pick it up, skin it, and I guess if you're a hunter guy, maybe that is what you're thinking that I'd do.
I didn't even know people eat bear.
I didn't either.
Did you know that? No, I mean, I've definitely had some weird game jerky and cuts in my life, but I didn't know bear was in the...
Squirrel.
Yeah, for
You've
sure.
heard of that?
It's
yeah.
Louisiana.
Yeah. But yeah, eating a bear.
In my car. And then we had a really good day, and we went late. We were catching a lot of game, and the people really loved it, so we stayed late. And instead of going back to my home in Westchester, I had to go right to the city because there was a dinner at Peter Luger's Steakhouse. And at the end of the dinner, it went late, and I realized I couldn't go home. I had to go to the airport. And the bear was in my car, and I didn't want to leave the bear in the car. Because that would have been bad.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
So then I thought, at that time, this was the little bit of the redneck in me. There'd been a series of bicycle accidents in New York. They had just put in the bike lanes. And saw a couple of people.
Roseanne's like, what?
Every day, and people
you did what?
Badly injured. Every day it was in the press. And so I thought, I wasn't drinking, of course, but people were drinking with me who thought this was a good idea. And I said, well,
okay, pause. That's always who you take advice from.
Yeah.
People who are drinking.
I had an idea.
I was sober, but these guys next to me had been drinking scotch at the steakhouse for 3 hours, and they had an idea, and I said, that's the one I want to execute. And also, he's like, well, this is the part where he says there's a little bit of redneck in me. Dude, we blew past that stop sign when you put the bear in your car.
Yeah, that you were going to skin a bear.
Also, is this not the most Larry David situation you could possibly imagine?
That's what I was saying. It keeps snowballing. I was going to do this, but then I couldn't because I had to do this, and I couldn't do that. But
just
then
like
I
in
had
a
to do
different
this.
form, yeah.
And suddenly I realized
Larry David would never do any of these things, but yes, it's a Larry David moment.
The layering of
for a guy who goes hunting.
Yeah, it's exactly. So there's been bicycle accidents in the park. It's been all over the place. People are getting hit. People are getting seriously injured, and he thinks maybe I can pass this off as a bike accident.
Old bike in my car that somebody asked me to get rid of it. I said, let's go put the bear in Central Park and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike. It'll be funny for people. So So everybody thought that's a great idea. So we went and did that, and we thought it would be amusing for whoever found it or something.
So I'm on the way to the airport because we've already established this timeline.
Yeah.
But I do have time to go to Central Park and stage.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be. There's a lot of BS in this story.
There has to be. Also, if we want to follow some of his reasoning here, one, I'm supposed to believe, and it's a cub, but still.
But I was hunting from 7 a.m. I was gone all day.
Was he taking a red eye, I guess?
I took a bear, though. I got this bear. You got to think he's got a private plane, no matter what.
Yeah, okay, that's right. So he can leave anytime he
He's a Kennedy.
wants. Yeah, that was a dumb thing to say. I'm just thinking, like, okay, so he gets to the steakhouse at like 8. It's
but he went hunting all day and decides, oh my, I don't have time to get home now. I have to go right to a steakhouse. Like, what's he wearing? What's he smell like?
Yeah.
And then he has such a good time there.
He's literally been handling a dead bear.
Right. He has so much fun there that he also loses track of time. And now, oh my gosh, I've got to go catch this flight, which I think we're determining he can schedule for any time he wants.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of holes in this story. Like, it's weird. It's so fantastical. The bear dumped in Central Park, yet I still don't believe it. Like, you're somehow whitewashing a story where you threw a bear.
Yeah, and the weird thing is that he did this again before the story came out. So, and the story.
Well, he knew this was coming out, and he must have. And if you read it, is this the most? Like, he thought, okay, of all the stuff that's in my past, this is the one I'm going to tell Roseanne and put out there on social media. Cause,
yeah, I guess.
Like, all the other stuff was tame in comparison?
Well, I mean, all the other stuff he's just addressed before. Drug addiction. He got arrested getting off a plane with heroin. The sex addiction.
So Connor, or is it Connor?
Connor Roy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is so Connor Roy, isn't he?
So, but again, smaller bear, but a small bear, I think
Any
it's a brown bear,
it just feels like
you know what it's going to do? Not die if you hit it with a Huffy.
Well, yeah, and it's
like you're in trouble at that point. You're like, what top speed are you getting to where you hit like a 400-pound, 300-pound animal?
But also this bear's in a hot trunk all day, and like, what's he?
It's gonna smell horrible.
Yeah. So he's like, all right, well, so that's the first problem I have is that he thinks somebody's going to believe that a bike hit a bear and it died.
Well, I think it was more of like he was going to pull a joke. I don't think he was.
Well, because that's the thing. And then he says, and I thought that whoever found it would find this amusing. I suppose there's a small portion of the population that might, but most people are going to be like,
funny.
What the fuck? Why is there a dead bear in an urban park in a bike lane? Like, nobody's going to be like, ha ha.
Oh, RFK.
You're going to be disturbed by that. Traumatized by that.
Classic RFK.
These Kennedys, man, they're so funny.
All right, it's almost over, I think.
The next day, it was like, it was on every television station. It was the front page of every paper, and I turned on the TV, and there was like a mile of yellow tape, and there were 20 cop cars.
That's Larry David.
There were helicopters flying over it, and I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And then there was some people on TV in Tyvek suits with gloves on lifting up the bike, and they're saying they're going to take this up to Albany to get a fingerprinted. And I was worried because my prints were all over that bike. Luckily, the story died down after a while, and it stayed dead for a decade. And the New Yorker somehow found out about it, and they're going to do a big article on me, and that's one of the articles. So they asked me, the fact checker said, you know, it's going to be a bad story.
It's wild, man. It's a wild story from a wild man. And then, yeah, we don't have to play him, but people did find, like, the next morning, CNN Morning News is like, tragic story out of New York today is a bear cub was found.
And it wasn't, hey, somebody played a funny prank.
No, and it was this big mystery back then, apparently, for, a few weeks. Then, like he said, it dies down. But Yeah, man. I mean,
no bears in the park.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
long time.
It's pretty short.
It seems as if someone brought the thing there, which is really sad.
It seems as if someone brought the thing there, not native to the park. You mean?
Yeah,
Mr. Anchor. Just really, really weird dude.
Bear cub is discovered dead in, of all places, Central Park. An apparent case of animal cruelty. CBS 2's Matt Kozar has more on the bear
See, I feel like the people he hangs with
might find it funny.
Would find that animal cruelty funny. Yeah.
We were about over here.
Florence Slatkin says she was walking her dog this morning when she saw something furry underneath the bushes. Police say the 3-foot-long black bear cub had stab and slash wounds and appears to have been dumped there. Adding to the mystery, Slatkin says the baby bear was lying on top of this bicycle, which police confiscated as evidence.
The bicycle was under the bushes. Part of the bicycle was sticking out. And that's
So
what we
if
saw.
I
Then
lay
when we
this
looked
bike
closer,
down-
we could see something on the back wheel, just laying on the back wheel.
Because
The
if somebody
spot where
did hit the bear
was
and
found is not in a secluded part of Central Park. It's right near West Drive, where thousands run and bike every day.
That's horrible. It's very bizarre.
To think that somebody with criminal intents would do such a thing right here in our backyard is disturbing.
The Department of Environmental Conservation carefully removed the bear and wrapped it in a
And it
tarp.
turns out that
Investigators say the neck crops-
there's an easy explanation for it all.
That's right. Sometimes it's just the simplest one. RFK.
Would you like to do more any sports today, or we save it for tomorrow and do the news? What do you want to do?
Let me look at my stack again real quick. I don't think I had much. Oh, I have one quick thing for you.
All right.
This is college football news, and it probably in some ways is NIL related, but Florida International Football, they will be changing the naming rights of their station. They are receiving of their stadium. Excuse me, $1.2 million for a year for the next 5 years to change the name of FIU Stadium to Pitbull Stadium. Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide himself. It is now Pitbull Stadium.
He just wants to.
Yeah.
Why?
He's a Florida guy, I guess.
Okay. I love it.
It's a Miami school.
It's a Miami school, and yeah, he's just like, I want to be on that. So he's giving them $7
awesome.
$8 million. They're like, yeah, we're FIU. We'll take your money.
I wonder if this becomes a thing.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
celebrities to do.
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's buy one.
Yeah. Wonder what we could do.
We might be able to get our hands on what
would Argyle
youth baseball.
Cost? Too much.
Something like, do you remember Ark Park?
No.
Ark Park was a very famous local baseball complex where they had, I can't remember if they were for Bronco or Pony. They might even have been for Mustang. But they had 4 ballparks stylized as like Fenway, Wrigley, and a couple others. But they were Little League dimensions. But like they had a Green Monster. They had
here in town.
It was in
Dallas?
DFW, yeah.
That sounds great.
It was awesome.
Dude,
I never got to play there,
there,
but I went and watched some friends play there.
That's like the golf course that emulates famous holes.
Yeah.
Tour 18?
Yes.
You familiar with that?
Yeah, and they have a softball complex that's like that.
Really?
I think, yeah, Big League Dreams.
Like, is there a Green Monster?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I want to go there.
I was not good enough to play there. It wasn't
You'd
like you could just
roll
go
one
play
up to
your
the Green Monster?
Your rec league there.
Roll one up. You don't think I got any pop?
I don't think you can hit a softball home run, no.
I do.
Interesting.
I think you could. I think you can rake.
300 over the fence?
Could you?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you could, Dan.
I've done it in the past 7 days. Yes.
Ooh, geez, man. All right.
So I'm saying something like that. I don't want to just sponsor like a normal Little League field. But if we could get something cool, I'd be down.
Yeah, well, we can't.
Oh. Sorry.
News?
Yeah, sure.
Or did you say, was that the...
Yeah, he put a bear in the park.
Yeah, okay.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
We do have a little bit of an update on the lady who caused the shutdown on 183 from Brown Trail to Industrial. It was shut down for, I think, almost 3 hours.
That's right. That was yesterday, right?
Yeah, and Blake did have the updated story that came out right when we were doing that segment that had her picture, which I think is when he said he would actually be interested in Shalunda Hayes. Shalunda?
She might be on Mug Shotties.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not like totally wrong. She's smiling very, you know.
Well, that's the hook. She's got a great smile.
Big smile.
Okay, yeah.
In her mugshot.
That is great. She doesn't seem upset about what happened.
No.
It's also kind of weird, too, because she's wearing... do you need this, by the way?
Yeah, I do need some juice.
Okay,
Thank you.
Yeah, I figured. I'll take care of you.
How you doing?
Good. Great.
What's
Wonderful.
your percentage?
100.
Oh, good.
So, in this picture, you can see she's wearing like a blue uniform with a tie, like a blue tie. It looks like a uniform of someone in state employment, which makes sense because there's not a lot of details on this, but one of her charges is impersonating a public servant. I don't know how that figured into this, but they added that to the resisting arrest, evading arrest with a vehicle, unlawfully carrying a weapon. I don't know.
They always pile on them charges. And then that way you can negotiate a few of them off.
Man, I was thinking about this the other day, though, after it might have been before I saw this story. There are a lot of, like, unmarked cars, police cars. You get the black Charger or you get the black SUV, and you really only know it if you're looking for it. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Everybody can probably tell. But their lights are only on the dash. You know what I mean? Inside. And when they turn them off, they're not marked. But I saw one at a stoplight the other day that, you know, it had exempt plates. That's how one way you know. And I was just thinking, if that car pulled up behind me and they just had the blue and red on the dash,
you're not pulling over for that.
I don't think I mean, and then they...
Because there used to be stories about people impersonating
Oh,
cops.
there was like an epidemic over in the Grapevine, Colleyville area
People
for a
with
while.
their own little lights.
Yeah, and they would pull women over.
And rape them or whatever, do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking just, what do you do in that situation?
And that was the car that was chasing her?
No, I'm saying she was charged for impersonating an officer, and it just made me think about people who do that, and you see that behind you, and you're like, that doesn't look like a regular cop car.
Right.
I guess one thing, like I said, you look for the exempt plates, but I guess maybe you pull over, but you just barely crack the window, and you're like, hey, can I see your badge and badge number?
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. It's a weird
But
situation.
you could have fake that, too.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell a fake badge from a real one.
Uh-huh.
You'd probably be able to tell if it said, like, Paw Patrol. Thank you, Rob. I like having him around. Speaking of the police, Dallas PD, the chief has fired 2 officers accused of violating off-duty policy.
What are they doing?
One was arrested for public intoxication.
Oh.
Actually, it was just a citation. Could have probably been more if he wasn't a cop. The 50-year-old cop that was fired, he was in Murphy, Texas.
It's over by me.
That's not what I wanted from you.
Mascot.
They don't have their own high school?
Is that right?
Yeah, who are they a part of?
I scouted out Murphy for homes back when we were looking for where to live in the Metroplex.
Yeah, it seems nice. I think it's all used to be a field, but it's blowing up now.
Yeah, it was when it was a lot of field, but it was D Magazine had done their like 10 best places to live in DFW, and that was one of them.
Bit of a hike.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think they feed into Plano.
Okay. He was
Wildcats.
Now I don't want him here.
It was also the
him suggesting they be called the Murphy Browns. Now wants me. He's back at 0 after a
Okay,
+1.
no, I'm on board with that.
Damn, I've been overruled.
There you go.
He was found asleep behind the wheel of a running vehicle.
What about the law?
So they got it. They gave him a PI.
Murphy's Law.
All right.
Okay.
No, I mean if the floodgates are open, I can't really stop it now. We've already let Murphy Browns through here. He had been on administrative leave for several months already at this point for alleged criminal activity.
This is the drunk cop or a different
Yeah,
one?
the drunk cop.
All right.
The other one was receiving pay for off-duty hours that weren't worked. Cooking the books a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, I swear to you I've never done this, but due to the extremely inefficient way in which payroll and such worked at our former employer, you had to write down. I remember when I told my wife about this, who worked for like a Fortune 500 real company, and she just could not stop laughing at it when I'd be at the table filling it out. You had to write down things you did. For example, when I was a board op or a producer, and I would host on the weekend, I had to print out a sheet and write down each day, shake joint, 8 to 11, this number. And then I started doing live spots, and the way that mine was structured is I had to write down every single live spot I did and then write down, $20. And it would be 30 things long. You staple the paper together, you just hand it to them, and then hope that it turns out right. But I do know people that were like, if they're going to have a system this shitty,
I'm just going to write some other stuff
I'm just going to write some other stuff on here because I really don't think they're going to look at it.
Well, I never even thought of doing that.
Well, some
I should have.
People did, and I believe that it worked out every single time. And I'm not talking
What
about
was the real problem
bankrupting a company, but it was like a couple $100.
Right. The real problem with that all of us was there was no follow-up.
Yeah.
Like, it was like doing taxes. Taxes suck because it's
at least you can do it online if you have to.
Yeah, but the whole taxes thing, you can do it, pay it, and then you get in trouble if you do it wrong.
Yeah.
Like, wait, if you knew what I owed,
yeah,
what if you just told me that, and I would have paid it?
Yeah.
Like, here, I just figured everything out, I pay you $3,000. Oh, nope, you've scammed us. You owed $4,000.
Yeah.
Here's. Well, why didn't you just tell me that? Bill me $4,000, and I won't have to pay this tax guy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're right. It doesn't make a ton of sense.
But this system that we had at the old place was similar in that, not to that, but it was like, yes, you fill some stuff out, and it's good for $200. But then you would just have to look. You looked in 2 weeks, so it's not there yet. And then you'd look in 4 weeks. Oh, okay, there's the $200. Okay, I guess they got it right. But if it was only $150, then you have to go to someone and go, hey, did they not approve? Like, what?
There's also, like, a lot of confusion about what you were paid what for doing.
Yeah.
Because you were afraid to ask.
Yeah.
But you're like, then you'd find out from someone else. You're like, wait, you're writing that down?
Right.
And I'm like, that's what I've always written down.
Yeah, so, okay, I'll write that down.
Well, I've been writing down half that for, like, 3 years now.
Yeah, it's like some guys wouldn't write down going to ticket stock.
Yeah.
And they go, no, I just thought we just had to do that. And we'd be like, yeah, well, don't you think they sell sponsors for that? They should pay you for your time to go out there. Yeah. Oh, okay, then I'll do it.
Oh,
but
damn.
nobody would tell you ahead of time to do it or not to do it.
Yes.
You just had to. It was the system, and you didn't know if it worked unless you checked the paycheck every couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then they'd get mad at you because I wouldn't check it. I would check it like a couple months later.
That window's closed. We already did that one. You should have been on it that month.
They'd be mad at me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, wait, no, I'm pointing it out that I just haven't. Yeah.
I'll do one more quick one here, and it's my bad for not putting the video in. I just saw this as we were out on the field. Absolutely insane scene on 635 this morning around Greenville and Forest. 7:15 this morning, and there is a guy who is just going completely bonkers road rage. The video, which was on Dallas, Texas TV, doesn't capture the beginning of the accident, but it's clear that he caused an accident. There's about 6 cars, would you say?
It's hard to catch the beginning.
Yeah, it's a crazy scene.
You pretty much have to have a dash cam, right?
Yeah.
So there's somebody back behind the accident who's filming, and this guy is he's still in his car. His car is super banged up. And there's about 4 or 5 cars just turned sideways behind him, and he just gets in the car and starts driving around.
Yeah.
Like around the scene of the accident. He hits a car. Yeah, this is it, Dan, if you want to. Well, this may be post. Yeah, this is after everything was taken care of. Because then there's a lady that he hit, her car, and she's out by her car. And I guess she's kind of like waving at him, and she's kind of like, whatever. He hits her. And keeps driving around the scene with her, like, underneath the front bumper, just dragging her. And the video concludes with, like, 4 civilians on top of him on 635. He's got blood all over him. He looks all crazy. Multiple people injured by the suspect, including one of the guys who tried to stop him, who was stabbed by him.
Whoa! You need a good guy with a knife.
To go back to the what do you do in this situation, he's just hit a woman. He's dragging her with his car. He's banging into all these other cars. He clearly looks like completely disassociated high. Are you getting out to be like, I'm going to get this guy on the ground? Well, just know.
Not me.
You may get stabbed.
Yeah.
And several other people
And that's
were
why
injured.
I'm not going to do it. Not because I think someone else will take care of it.
Yeah, because it all started when he did have like a road rage accident and started fighting the guy he got in the accident with, and a third guy jumped in to try to stop the fight, and that's the guy who got stabbed.
All while like 6:35 is shut down. People just have to wait.
It's
this
rush
out.
hour. It's 7:15 in the morning, and this guy's on doing.
He's doing
Grand
donuts.
Theft Auto. I'll just leave it on my head like that.
Oh, did you just
the
break?
Screens fell down.
Did you break the?
Anyways, there's the news.
This guy looks insane.
He does.
The
I think you have to put it in from the bottom, so I'll just let it rest on my head here.
And subscribe.
Why don't I just take it out, Rob? Is that cool? Just for now?
What you broke the screen?
Break it. But we're gonna have me and you and Matt time tonight.
Oh, why? Because these guys are leaving?
What are y'all gonna do? Go to bed early?
Yeah, Matt's gonna be pretty disappointed with us if he's thinking he's gonna go out and have some fun tonight.
We might be able to do something about that.
Let's see. All right. Tuesday, August 6th. Doesn't it seem like we've been gone forever?
I miss my family.
Not because of that.
No.
It's just sitting in this goddamn RV.
I haven't actually thought it's been that bad.
No, it's been all right.
No, it's been good.
And I'm describing it to people who ask as it's been a fun beating.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beating.
Yeah.
3 hours of just driving. I mean, passenging. It has to be really a beating to be driving.
I think it'd be better.
I don't know. You got to be aware of things and always on edge and making sure you don't crash. But it's been fun.
Yeah.
I mean, remember that time I spilled coffee? That was fun. On this day in 1945, we dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. And they were like, whatever. I'm going to keep rolling. And then a couple days later, they dropped one on Nagasaki.
Mm-hmm.
And then Japan was like, all right. I didn't know you had two.
Yeah.
Because then we were like, we got more. We'll keep dropping them.
Who else wants it?
Yeah. Oh. Boy, this is a rabbit hole, but it's not the rabbit hole I'm going to go down today. Because I'll see these things in the morning and then just try to research them. Are you putting the Frankel and Frankel mug in the shot? We want to give Frankel some extra love today. We love our Frankel and Frankel. Yeah, I wonder if that lady had just called 214 or 817 all threes. We could have.
There's still time.
Well, she might have to.
You need to do it right away, but you should call.
Because sometimes you don't.
Forget.
You're in shock.
Yeah.
You can still call the next day. You don't have to call Frankel and Frankel while you're at the accident scene. You can.
Yeah.
And they'll definitely help you out. And you'll talk to a partner, but. If you wait till the next day, wait a week even, whatever, if you just realize, man, I really screwed up, is there any way out? There is.
Yeah.
Because the insurance company, they're going to say, what, you got dragged by a car for a little bit? That's not a big deal.
Yeah. They may do that.
Frank will help you. So it's 1994 in Wedowee, Alabama. The story was...
I bet they say that funny.
The story was that an apparent arson fire destroyed Randolph County High School. It had been the focus of tensions over the principal's stand against interracial dating. And I thought, I got to search this a little bit, see what's the deal. So the guy's name was Hewland Humphreys. So he's the principal of an Alabama high school. This is 1994. He had been the principal since 1969.
Oh, dear.
How do you feel? He was a pretty progressive guy.
Did he grow over time?
So during an assembly before prom, he said he would cancel prom if students planned to take dates of a different race. And then that became public, and it became a big thing and all that. And so as I went down the rabbit hole, originally, like, because then, you know, black people got upset, and then there was a big thing, and then there was going to be their own, a lot of black kids just went and had their own prom, like the NAACP jumped in or something. And then the high school ends up burning down, and a black guy was arrested for it at first. But upon further review, a lot of evidence was leading to the principal himself. Like, the principal had removed all his personal items and had purchased large amounts of gasoline.
You can't do that.
Yet, it was all circumstantial evidence, so he was acquitted.
Dang. And
so, of course, he was in shame and never worked again, right?
Sure, of course, yeah.
Wait. He was then he was hired as superintendent of the whole school system.
How about a promotion?
Yeah.
You know who I think can rebuild the school that just burned down? Mr. Humphreys.
The guy that burned it down.
94, huh? That's insane.
And that's not me getting down a rabbit hole, because I have another one that's even better. On this day in 1998, it was Magic Johnson's last episode of The Magic Hour. Do you know he had a talk show? Like, competing with Johnny Carson, and like, it was a late-night talk show.
I've said this once, and I'll say it again. And maybe this is a job for Jason from the internet. I got to see it, and I got to see the whole thing.
I know, because now I see modern-day Magic tweeting, and I can't imagine him having a talk show.
Bring some of that wit and wisdom that...
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Dude.
I won the Deadpool in my radio station in Dayton because we had a celebrity Deadpool like people do.
Of course.
Yep.
But
wacky morning AM.
I thought a great a little twist up would be I'm going to in the draft I chose Magic's show, and it died.
That's very smart of you.
Thank you,
dude. I saw something really weird the other day that I have not been able to unspool. I was watching the Backstreet Boys NSYNC Lou Pearlman documentary, and the Backstreet Boys were on the View, I guess. And I know it's the View because the logo's in like the bottom right corner. So this would have been like 97, 96. The person introducing them is Terry Bradshaw.
Why?
I don't know, but like I've Googled around. I'm like, dude, I have to find out. Was Terry Bradshaw like a fill-in host on The View? He's with a woman that I didn't recognize. Either she looked way different or it's not one of the current ones. And he's like, yeah, kids probably own this CD. Like he's just yelling all crazy Cajun. Terry Bradshaw on The View.
Here's a little video of the Magic Johnson show.
Tonight and tomorrow at the Conga Room in Los Angeles on Wilshire.
All right, well, check her out because you're going to have a swinging good time. My first guest has appeared in such movies as Boomerang and the blockbuster hit Waiting to Exhale. Next, you'll be kicking butt with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
On this day in 2005, anti-war activist Cindy Sheehan.
Ooh, yeah, this is a big.
Whose soldier son Casey was killed in Iraq, began a weeks-long protest outside President Bush's Texas ranch. And I bring this up because I thought this is your...
That's my wheelhouse, dude.
This is your area, your real high political tea.
It was hot. It was very hot. Might have been a big MoveOn.org guy.
So you know what I want to do? I think we need to mark... I'm calling for myself to be promoted here. That
burn down a school?
I think in like our show notes and everything, and we'll highlight this is the news and this is. I think the rabbit hole can become a thing. I know I've done a couple before that that have been interesting. I think this one is interesting, so I'm going to get to this birthday quick. My rabbit hole birthday. It's not David Robinson, 59.
The Admiral.
Mike Budenholzer is 55.
Coach Bud.
Where'd he go?
From Milwaukee. He's an assistant somewhere, I'm pretty sure, right?
He's just an assistant? I would think he'd be sitting out until I'm a head coach.
Oh, the Suns. Yeah, I should have known that.
He's the Suns head coach?
Yeah.
Head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, not an assistant.
As of, like, this year.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he was not a guy who would take he's not Jason Garrett. He's a head coach. Once you win a title,
put
right?
Put up a 60-win season and won a title.
Kareem Hunt is 29.
He's got some Dom Vi
1,300-yard season as a rookie, and then never. I don't even think he cracked 500 after that.
They didn't give him like a ironclad contract full of guarantees that would wreck their cap for 5 years after that.
Seneca Wallace. Okay, 2 former Browns quarterbacks. Seneca Wallace, 44.
I was all in.
Charlie Whitehurst,
was that
42.
Iowa State, maybe?
I don't.
I remember there was a time.
Yeah.
Andy Messersmith is 79. He is.
Iowa State. I was stoked on him.
Key in the free agent game. I can't remember exactly how, but Andy Messersmith.
Oh, the name sounds familiar. Yeah.
He's also today's War Games winner at 40.2.
Respectable.
Actor Benito Martinez is 56.
Aceveda.
Director M. Night Shyamalan is 54.
He has a new movie that I don't know if it would qualify. I think it's a thriller. I'm not going to say horror.
My daughter Eden just saw it.
It's got Josh Hartnett in it. Josh Hartnett has a comeback tour on.
She gave it 2 stars.
Oh.
She said it sucks.
We didn't really get the spectrum whenever she was rating it, though.
No, and I said, so you're telling me like
2 out of 5, 2 out of 10.
No, that's right. I don't know. But she said, I think she said that she thought Human Centipede was better than the latest M. Night.
Dang.
Jerry.
Signs messed me up.
Jerry Hallowell is 52.
A lot of socks met their end.
Ginger Spice.
From Ginger Spice.
Soleil Moon Frye is 48.
Is that Punky Brewster?
Who got?
She slapped God in the face.
You know what that means, Blake?
Sorry, I'm looking up Ginger Spice.
Oh, she had a breast reduction.
Oh, okay.
Travis Kalanick is 48. He is the founder of Uber.
This did it for you?
Ginger Spice? First of all, I was like 12 or 13. I was just figuring out.
She's a little dirty.
James McGreevy is 67.
He is the
former New Jersey governor.
Yeah, Golan Sapel. Yeah, he was having sex with a male prostitute and doing like speed with him and getting. They would swear to God.
James McGreevy.
When this was found out, they would put up like club lights in their hotel room, so they could just be like his super party time, taking all kinds of crazy drugs. And the funny part was, I guess his wife was going to stay with him. This went on for several years. He was married. And I remember the press conference because she went to it, and it was hilarious. Like, she's standing there as he's like, yes, I have a boyfriend. He's a prostitute. We smoke crack together. We've been having sex for years. And there's just this poor woman standing next to him at a press conference. Like, good God, lady. That's a tough draw.
My rabbit hole birthday is Asia Carrera. Former porn star. She's 51 today. You may recognize her. I don't know. But it's Asia Carrera.
My guess, based on that name, is the answer is going to be no.
Her real name is Jessica Steinhauser. But she is half Japanese, half German.
Oh, get the old Axis porn star in there.
So, one of the notes on her is she's a member of Mensa. She has an IQ of 156. Despite being a celebrity member of Mensa, the organization has refused to link to her website because it contained pornographic elements. Mm-hmm. So her adult film career started in 1993. She became the first Asian performer ever to win the AVN Female Performer of the Year award. So she was pretty good. Okay? She got married in 2003 and retired from the porn deal. She was actually in The Big Lebowski, in the fake porn movie called Long Jammin'. Yeah. I guess it was in The Big Lebowski, but I'm not familiar with that.
Yep.
She is an atheist. In November 2014, she wore a colander on her head for her Utah driver's license photograph. State law prohibits the wearing of hats in driver's license photos, but there's an exception for religious headwear. And she wore hers in honor of the religion of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. Apparently, she's one of about a dozen Utahns to wear the Pastafarian colander.
What?
In their state ID photo. 2015, she was arrested for DUI. She avoided jail time, sentenced to house arrest.
Yeah.
She began studying at Dixie State University in 2015. She was joined later by her 11-year-old daughter, who is apparently very smart as well.
What?
She was the youngest student ever to attend college at Dixie State and the youngest full-time college student in the state of Utah. After graduating from Dixie State in 2019 with a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, Carrera moved to Texas, where she and her daughter continued their joint educations at Texas A&M.
Whoop.
While there, she focused...
So her daughter's doing post-grad at like 17? Something like that?
Yeah, and she's 50-something, or almost 50, I guess. Carrera, former porn star, focused heavily on autism research. Presented an original paper, literature review synthesis, at a symposium in 2021 before she graduated with a master's in special education in 2021.
Damn. That's incredible. You going to pay tribute tonight with the blockers off?
Asia Carrera. I guess we could.
Avoided that question.
We all could.
Well, shout out to her and her daughter. That's cool.
Born on this day, now dead, Marv Marinovich.
The dad?
Todd's dad. Kevin Mitnick.
Why do I know that name?
Computer hacker turned consultant.
Ah!
He was like arrested in 1995. Do you know who that is?
Hold on.
Like he ended up being hired by... He did 5 years in prison.
Is this the guy?
Who?
Do you not remember the training that we took at work? There was a guy.
Was he on our Cumulus training, you think?
Oh, was he?
I believe he's the guy who hosted it.
Kevin Mitnick. I mean, he turned consultant. Like, in fact, yes, he's like, I used to be a computer hacker, but now, like, that's why he can tell you how to avoid.
Dude, I'm 99% sure this is the guy that
he
we
died in
watched.
2023.
I'm 99% sure. Kevin Mitniss Security Awareness Training.
There you go.
I mean, it was like an hour and 20 minutes long, so I remember his name.
Yeah.
Right when you said it, I was like, why do I know that guy's name?
And born on this day, now dead, JonBenet Ramsey.
Oh, tough. Tough, man.
Died on this day.
You just going to move past that quick? She knows who killed her, you know.
She knows?
Yeah. That was the shirt.
Oh.
I know who killed me.
Died on this day, we have Rick James. We have John Hughes.
Couch. I don't know that I get John Hughes. I think I've tried, but maybe it's just a generational thing.
And died on this day in 2012, Dan Roundfield. That's a former NBA player, I believe.
Yeah, Hawks, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah.
So he died at the age of 59. It says here he drowned trying to save his wife. So the moral.
Did she die? I mean, you know, maybe there's at least like a...
The moral of the story is you might just have to let her...
Just stand on the shore and just go... Shh,
take a puff of your cigar or whatever. The thing is, okay, now we talk about what's worse, being the surviving spouse.
Yeah, we should ask the players that. That's our big debate.
our quiz for the players. But I would think it'd be really bad to be her.
I know you would.
No, I'm saying...
If she lived?
No, she did live.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay.
No, but so I'm saying this is the one case I think it would be really bad because she knows he died jumping in to get me.
Yeah, okay, but think
like
about
it's my fault.
But think about it
dead.
this way. Okay, two scenarios. your spouse dies, they just died. They got sick, it progressed very quickly, they're gone. Or they die in a car accident. Do you have that? Or you go through life knowing that this person loved you so unconditionally that they were willing to take that risk. And I don't think you would feel guilty about it. I think you would feel like, I knew I loved that person, and that validates the time. I don't know. I think you could probably make peace with it and not feel guilty. You would feel proud that someone loved you like that. But if they just die in a car accident, you're like, well, I mean, I guess that just ended.
Yeah, but that was out of nowhere, and you had nothing to do with it. You had something to do with this. If you would have just worn your life jacket like he told you to.
It says she was on a float in calm water when a current took her out.
The ocean will do that. You know, it's kind of moving all the time.
And Dan said, start paddling toward me, and it wasn't working. Then he began to walk out to get her and then disappeared. Like the current took him too.
Well, it's quite a downer there.
What's today in history?
Like and subscribe. If you want to watch my videos,
Wow.
more videos tomorrow. Like and subscribe.
Adios, mofo.
We gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Boom, boom, boom. Baby on board, how I'm adored. That sign on my car's window pane. Bounce in my step, loaded with pep. 'Cause I'm driving in the carpool lane. Call me a square friend, I don't care. That little yellow sign can't be ignored. I'm telling you it's mighty nice. Each trip's a trip to paradise with my